Let's do it. We back, man. First one. I don't know what happened, man. We ain't have no sound. Everybody joined, talk about it, can't hear us. But we all good, man. Everything happened for a reason.
For sure.
So we're gonna start right back off from the top,
Alright,
man. We here with, as y'all see, the one and only A.R. Shaw. If for those of y'all that don't know, he is a journalist, a hip hop and black culture journalist. He's been on all of your favorite news channels, talk about some of your top celebrities and issues going on in the country and in the black communities. So his catalog is very long, man. This is not no game. Y'all do not want to miss this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ears need to be open. You know, you got a lot of knowledge to y'all gonna have a lot of knowledge to gain out of this one. So, you know, y'all stay tuned. You feel me? And I'm gonna let A.R. Shaw just give a little insight on exactly, you know, what he does and a little background information on himself.
Definitely. Journalist, also the author of the book Trap History, Atlanta Culture and the Global Impact of Trap Music. The first book on the history of trap music. I've been in the journalism field for over a decade, covered pretty much everything that you can think of from the Super Bowls. Was just in New Orleans for Super Bowl. Kendrick just tore the stage down. I was down there for that.
Oh, yeah,
that was crazy. It was history. Sure. I covered the Olympics. Pretty much interviewed every prominent rapper that's out right now at some point. And yeah, man, I'm definitely, you know, trying to keep this journalism thing going, man. That's the biggest thing, man. Trying to continuing to tell these stories, and I think that's the most important.
Yeah, no, I definitely you doing it because like I told you when I asked you to be on the live stream, man, you inspire me just from me seeing your work and what you're doing, sure. And knowing that people like us can get on the platform like that and actually excel the black community and you don't got to be on the news talking about whatever they want you to talk about. Yeah. You come on there and put stuff like black history, black power. You know what I'm saying? You go in there and do what you want to say. Really, if you got the right reason and the right vision with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the knowledge, you gotta have the knowledge and the skill. I think that's important too. Like you gotta be able to do your research. You gotta be able to, continue building. That's the biggest thing, man. You gotta continue to build. So that's where we at.
Definitely. No, I'm about to set these up so they don't forget. Look, these right here in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, you inspire me so much, and just like I just came from Houston for spring break. I was out there, spring break. This my last year, my last semester. I was out there having fun for spring break. It was going. I'm talking about going. But I was also down there for business, taking pictures. Lately with my business, I've been going around taking pictures. Sure. $10 picture, $20 picture. Yeah. Just making money like that. It's a good little business move. I also got a video on that coming out for y'all if you want to learn how to make some money with a camera too. So, because you got a camera, it's like, shoot, you might as well just go ahead and make you some money with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was out there doing that. But at the same time, like, it's March 24th, and I told you we was trying to get you on here like in the beginning of March. Like, I wanted my first live stream to be the first of March. And just start off strong, go through March like that.
Yeah.
But, life happened. I'm in school, so it's like I'm out here trying to balance school and just my business and what I want to do with my career, my life,
Yeah, for sure.
And so it's like, how did you really coming up, it's so many different distractions for us out here. How did you balance your distractions and figure out, I need to stay focused and do this and just keep going. How did you balance out that time?
It's about discipline, man. It's really about keeping yourself on a schedule. Like I say, I'm always working about 5 things. I'm either working on an article, a book, might be a podcast, several different things. So just give yourself time to feed those things that you need to feed. Like you might use 30 minutes on an essay that you got to write for school, and then it's like, all right, once I finish all this stuff for school, I'm gonna go out and get some photos, get some money up, and then once you finish that, and you gotta, have that discipline to get back on that grind. Sometimes you gotta like miss the party. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta miss a good time to get the work done, because it's always gonna be a party. It's always gonna be a good time, but you gotta always solidify your future. So I think that's a big thing too, man. Like always think about your future.
Yeah, that's real. But it's just be like, I do that. Like, I ain't lie. I got this whole.
Yeah.
I be writing down. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this time. But then it be something that come up, and it's just like,
out of nowhere.
I got to go to that. I can't miss it.
Can't miss it.
And this don't even be like, oh, forget what I had to take care of. It'd be like, okay, I'm gonna do this a little bit and just. But nah, you gotta, to get to where the level you at, you gotta really focus. It can't be no, oh, I'm gonna do this a little bit, then go have fun, then come back to it. Nah, you gotta really lock in. Like,
gotta lock in, man.
That'd be hard, man.
It's hard, man. But I mean, I'm gonna shout your clothing line out. It's the fourth quarter. That's your brand. So it's like, anybody that watch sports, the fourth quarter, you gotta get focused, because it's like you don't got no fifth quarter. It's the fourth quarter. Once the clock goes zero, it's a wrap. And so you got to look at your life like that. You got to always be like, look, regardless of what's happening around me, my friends want me to do this, do that. I gotta really solidify my future. It's the fourth quarter. You gotta play it like that. So I think that's a big thing. Always have that message of, sacrifice to get the stuff done that you need to get done first.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Not lying. Fourth quarter, though, you know what I'm saying? I can't treat it like, all right, it's the fourth quarter. Now I gotta go hard. You gotta go hard every day. Like, it's the fourth quarter all day. You know what I'm saying? So, you're 100% right, man. Not 100% right.
No, that's a big message, man. I think people gotta live like that, though. It's like you gotta lock in. I think that's a real important message. You gotta just lock in.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I've been trying to do with the school and like this. I'm getting started, one step at a time.
For sure.
Now I get off the film. Hopefully get on your level one day, man.
It's working, bro. You
Yes, sir.
So you doing stuff that I wasn't even doing, college, it was like I was out, getting articles and doing interviews and stuff, but I should have been building my own platform too back then. So you ahead of the game. You right on time.
Yeah. That's definitely, the internet definitely one tool that my generation has, and we need to go ahead and take it and run with it, because everybody wasn't like that. And the same for like a lot of things I heard, like our ancestors and stuff, and they did not have a lot of this stuff that we got now.
Yeah.
We can't even be like lackadaisical with it.
Oh yeah.
And so going forward, like for me personally, I want to make movies. I want to direct and produce movies that really like have real meaning. And stuff like that. And so now I just, I do about every average business thing with a camera, as far as photography, videography, YouTube, and stuff like that. But I want to like really get into like commercials that's on TV, stuff like that, getting real film, movies, and not even just that, but even to where I'm producing for podcasts and news channels or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
To where we can have that real impact and say so.
Okay.
On the world. What advice you think you have for me that can kind of align me better to get into a more professional and corporate aspect of the business world? Right?
Yeah, the biggest thing, man, you got to be around it. Sometimes if you want to do movies, you might have to be, try to get on set somehow, some way, become like a PA, personal assistant. You just have to kind of be in that space. And then once people see you in that space continuously, you build relationships. Make sure that you always keeping in contact with people that can, they can look out for you and give you that support. I think that's the biggest thing, is that you just have to be in those places. Look and see, even with stuff like, look and see if there's organizations that have scholarships or that even have like internships that you can do where you can be in the room. Because the thing is, you really just got to be in the room. You know, one thing that Malcolm Anthony Mackie, he said Captain America. He was in an interview with Pivot Podcast, and Anthony Mackie was just like, you know, it ain't really about who's the best; it's about who's going to get that opportunity. And you got to know the people that's going to give you an opportunity. Sometimes it's like, as we know, like it ain't even really about the most skillful person. Like a lot of people who are in these positions now, they don't even have that much skill. They just had right people around them who gave them an opportunity. So that's how you got to treat it. It's like you got to know the right people that's going to give you an opportunity. And sometimes that's bigger than just, you know, I want you to get your skills up too. You got to have your skills. You got to have your skills aligned. You got to be able to, you know, figure out how to get better every single day. But at the same time, you got to know that you got to know the right people that's going to put you on. And that's what's going to separate you from everybody else. Is like that person that's going to be like, all right, I rock with you because I know you got a good work ethic, you got the skills, you got everything that's needed. So I'm going to bring you on my team. So that's how you got to always go about it. That's where you start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I need to go ahead and get on some movie sets. I've been on a couple movie sets though, for sure.
Oh yeah.
But that's definitely something I need to get into a little more.
Just do it. just try to get in there.
And so now we're gonna play this little game, man.
Okay, let's do it. We got a
little game called This or That.
All right.
So all right, let's get it.
Okay.
You getting a little technical difficulties with this.
There you go. You probably just put up on your phone, might be.
I want to be able to share the screen.
Oh, you want to share the screen? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so they got it. This website be having some crazy questions though, so I might just let it keep refreshing it. Let me make sure it's recording. I'm gonna keep refreshing it though. But let me see. Would you rather always drink bad coffee or always eat stale bread?
Man, that's a bad look. So I don't drink coffee at all.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna eat no stale bread, man. Like you know, I ain't trying to mess my.
That's an easy one for you though.
Yeah.
Why you don't drink coffee?
Man, so years ago, man, this is a crazy story. So when I was like 10 years old, my dad used to drink coffee every single day.
Yeah.
And I was begging him to drink coffee every single day, and then it was just like one day when I was 10, he finally let me drink coffee. Right? He used to drink these big cups. So instead of just getting a little bit of it, I drank the whole cup. Man, that just made me shake so hard. Because it's like all that caffeine, you know what I'm saying? Caffeine ain't really good for kids.
So man, blame it on pop.
Man, but you know what the thing is, it taught me a lesson though, because it's like, you know, he was telling me, but you know, like, you know, a lot of times when we're young, our elders tell us like, look, man, you might not want to do this. Then when he gave me the opportunity to do it, it really showed me like, yeah, he was really watching out for me. But I just kept pushing.
Yeah, that's a good lesson.
Look, man, this ain't for
so
kids.
You learned the lesson of you need to learn the easy way, not learn the hard way.
Yeah, man, just sometimes when folks tell you don't go that way, don't go in that direction, take that advice and keep it moving. Don't even try to figure it out. Just go. No
cap. So would you rather date a lady who always is talking during a movie? Or let me change this question around. It says would you rather date a lady who always talk during movies or wears too much fragrance? But would you rather date a lady who talk too much or who smell just a little funny?
Man, smell funny? Wow.
Or talk way too much. Like, I ain't talking about you can hold a conversation. I'm talking about just don't shut up. Like,
well, you know what? I know a lot of people that don't shut up. Like, it's just, you know, you're gonna be around people that just don't shut up, and so
yeah.
My whole thing is if you're talking, at least have like some type of knowledge. Like I don't want to hear people that talk that's stupid. Like I can't like listen to stupid people talk for a long time. But you got a lot of knowledge. I sit back and listen because it's like I figure like if you're talking to somebody that has a lot of knowledge, even if they talk too much, you're gonna learn something. Yeah. So I'd rather be around somebody that talks than that has like a file or older. So yeah.
That's it. I think I agree though. I can't date no woman who I gotta deal with older all day. I ain't taking out. I don't want to smell the trash. Yeah, you don't want to do that. I ain't trying to go that way. But would you rather talk like Donald Trump or look like Donald Trump?
Oh my God! Would you rather talk like Donald Trump or look like Donald Trump? Yeah. Those are two bad choices. I definitely want to look like the dude. I guess talk like him. If I had to choose something, it would be talk. I don't want to look like that guy. That guy has an interesting look.
Honestly, you might be able to talk like you might be able to get on the phone and
say something crazy and get away with it.
Yeah. Would you rather? Would you rather spend 5 years in prison or 20 years in a coma?
Ooh, both of those are bad choices too. But man, I hate to say prison because you know I don't want to promote mass incarceration. Especially we don't need no more black people in jail at all. At all. But at least with prison, like you still alive. You're still aware. You know, 20 years in a coma, that's hard, man. You wake up 20 years and it's like a whole generation has passed almost.
Yeah, I'd pick the same thing. I ain't gonna lie. You go 20 years in a coma, you come back to a whole new world. You come back 20 years from now, you might come back and see flying cars. You're just gonna be lost.
Crazy, man.
You're just gonna be lost. You have to refresh. See, we got slow loading, man. Give me like, you know, this the first one, y'all. Give me like a couple more weeks. We're gonna have full setup. We're gonna be fast with like, boom, next question.
Yeah.
Oh man. Would rather always have spinach stuck in your teeth or always have dandruff on your shoulders?
Oh man. Or spinach. Can you just remove the spinach?
No good. I was gonna say I'd rather have dandruff. Like
you just wipe it off. You just wipe the dirt off.
At the same time, you like,
ain't always dandruff, and then it's hard to see dandruff a lot of times.
Yeah, you ain't always trying to put your fingers in your mouth like.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy word.
Yeah.
Would you rather spend the rest of your life without music or without movies?
Oh, movies.
Movies?
Yeah, I can spend my life without movies, man. I feel like music, Because with movies, I think you gotta have an investment. You gotta actually be invested in sitting down and watching a movie.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just don't have time to watch a movie. There's a lot of movies that I actually supposed to be watching for work that I ain't even had a chance to watch. So it's like, movies is a time investment, whereas with music, you can like passively listen to music while you're doing stuff. So I can live without movies. I'm always would rather do music.
Nah, that's real. Especially what you do, you kind of gotta listen to keep up.
Yeah.
With kind of what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And man, would you rather look young but feel old? Nah, that's weak. Forget that.
Old, feel young.
Yeah, right. Would you rather have a perfect memory of your past or be able to see 1 minute into your future? What's the point of one? No, fuck, forget that. Would you rather have a perfect memory of your past or be able to see 1 year into your future?
That's interesting. I already have a perfect memory of most of my past. I mean, the thing is, if you journal every day, you journal every single day, you can actually document your life every single day if you journal. And even with like phones, when you take photos, it kind of makes you remember things that you've been through. So I'm gonna take the look 1 minute into 1 year into the future.
Oh, fact. Me too. Cause then you can almost predict a lot of stuff, and you might be able to capitalize.
You can figure it out. Yeah.
And last one, would you rather be able to only go outside when it's light out, or only go outside when it's dark out?
Light.
Yeah. You gotta think though. What if you gotta say it's
like an emergency or something?
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say that.
I'm always choose a light because it's like I want to be able to work out. I want to be able to
I was gonna say it can be emergency at night, but at the same time, be emergency at day.
Yeah.
So, like that's a dumb.
I'm gonna choose light over darkness all the time.
Oh yeah, for sure. And would you rather? That was weak. I'm not the last one. Now that was too bad. That was too bad. Would you rather spend 8 hours listening to someone scratch the chalkboard with their nails, or have a mosquito buzzing around your head many times? All right, man. Forget this game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Forget this game, man. Forget this. We on to YouTube, man.
Okay.
Nah, look at this. They got a couple videos going on here, man. It's getting crazy. Man, so what's a couple artists, like what's your favorite artist that you've covered, and what was the story like based on?
You said baseball?
Based upon.
Oh, based upon. Yeah. Oh yeah. Favorite artist of all time would be Outkast, because they Atlanta, and I kind of saw like how they pretty much came into like basically one of being I think they got the biggest selling rap album of all time. So it's like them coming from like Atlanta and then like basically taking over music. I'm always gonna say Outkast. And I actually got a chance to interview them in 2006, right before they dropped Idlewild. I think that was like their last album that was together. So that was cool to interview them. I actually interviewed Kendrick like 1 week before he dropped Good Kid, Mad City. A lot of people didn't know who Kendrick was, man. It was crazy because I was like telling people Kendrick came down to Atlanta to do a concert for Trey Songz. He opened up for Trey Songz. That was it sounded like how you know how old that was. Kendrick opened up for Trey Songz. Trey Songz was the actual was the leading guest. But I interviewed Kendrick right like 1 week before Good Kid, Mad City came out, and a lot of people I was telling people about him because I had already knew him from Section 80, from the mixtape before he dropped Good Kid.
Yeah.
And people didn't know who he was. They were like, "Who was Kendrick?" They didn't know who the guy was. They were like, They thought it was.
And you like, I'm about to show y'all.
Yeah, but no, it was interesting because people didn't. Because he was. This was during a time when people weren't really using their names. He was, he was using his real name, and so people were like wondering why he was using his real name instead of like a rap name.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, Kendrick and Outkast stand out the most.
Oh yeah, that's fire. Cause like I said, you was out before Kendrick did the his Super Bowl performance this past Super Bowl, man. That was historical. I'm talking about, I love that performance.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And did you know that? Did you know Elon Musk made about? I might get the number wrong, but when Trump became president, Elon Musk made about like $19 billion that day.
Yeah,
That's insane.
But he's lost a lot of money since.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of money because he's lost a lot of money in Tesla. Tesla's stock is like plummeted since his affiliation with Trump has become like, people have been burning Teslas. A lot of protesting. It's like, total reverse since then. So,
that's crazy. That's overly crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, he made how much? But then it's like you just said, he made that money, but then a lot of it is gone.
Yeah, he lost a lot of that
for
money.
That same reason.
He lost a lot of that money, but and I'm sure, that was.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Literally crazy, y'all. But at the same time, his company is gonna now suffer for that, for his stance supporting Trump. He might have made that $13 billion, but he might have lost. You never know how much he lost.
He's losing a lot of his in Tesla stock. Like he's still the richest man in the world, but Tesla stock is like, if you follow the stock market, you can just see like the slope. Just like they just lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Definitely gonna see what happens. Yeah. Man, also wanted to just get your stance on the Project 2025 situation and just the Trump presidency in general, because a lot of young people, especially in our communities, don't really understand how significant Project 2025 is and the effects that it's gonna have. And has already been slowly taking place already. So can you give, for those people who don't know, a better insight on exactly what Project 2025 is, particularly like for the younger people who not really gonna understand?
Yeah, no, it's a big book, man. It's like it was created by some right-wing organizations. It's basically
and like, for example, when you say right wing, a lot of young people, or especially young people of color, like don't really know all the way what right wing might mean. Like,
so I break
I know, but I didn't really all the way understand until I got to my house.
Okay.
And
so I break it down. So basically, we have a two-party for the most part. There are other parties like the Green Party, a few other parties. I think the Libertarian Party. But for the most part, it's a two-party system, which is Democrats and Republicans. and Republicans are considered conservative, Democrats are considered liberal, and basically, the conservatives, they have a certain way they think they consider laws should be made, and then the Democrats have a certain way they think laws should be made. Now, I want to go too deep into history lessons, but in the 1800s, it was a switch. So the Republicans were more progressive, and then the Democrats were more conservative. And so,
Right. And so when he says conservative and progressive is basically advocating for progress in the environment,
the help of most people.
Right,
So
right. And conservative is more so what a Donald Trump would be as of now.
Yeah. So I want to give everybody history. So when Lincoln freed the slaves in 1865, that was the Republican Party. And so the Republicans were, at that time, they were considered progressive. But moving forward to 1965, Lyndon B. Johnson signs the Civil Rights Act, and Lyndon B. Johnson was a Democrat. And so after that, a lot of black people went Democratic because of the Civil Rights Act of 1965. And then a lot of the racist Democrats, they were called the Dixiecrats, and they became Republicans. Yeah. And so I want everybody to check out this book, The Southern Strategy. Southern Strategy was like this book that was created basically saying how they could use laws to basically be, let me see how I word this right, to basically maintain power, white structure power.
Yeah.
So check out the Southern Strategy. That's a little history lesson. And so moving forward, you've seen over the past 40 years that, Republicans are conservative, and their laws aren't really catered towards the average person. So if you're the average person making less than $500,000, the laws that the conservatives have are not going to be good for you. So it's like it really caters towards like the ultra wealthy. That's why Trump did the tax cuts in 2000 when his first administration. He did tax cuts for corporations, and so basically corporations don't have to pay as much taxes as the average person, which is crazy. So it's just like it's in my opinion. So that's what I think. I think it's crazy that corporations that make billions of dollars pay less taxes at times than the average person. So yeah, I mean, we give them right now. I think during the election we saw a total contrast between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. We saw that both of them were offering two different things and two versions of what America would be. Project 2025 was something that the Democrats were saying that this is what Trump was attached to. He basically said that he wasn't attached to, but now we're seeing that all of the things that were in Project 2025, he's implementing right now, trying to lessen the federal workforce, basically firing a lot of people within the federal government who have federal jobs. This thing that Elon is doing with Doge, going into trying to the Treasury Department to try to find money. So it's just like, a lot is happening based on this last election. And so it's just good for people to be informed on what's happening. So,
No, definitely. And that's what I'm saying that's why I wanted you to mention that, because a lot of people just aren't informed and don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
Or they're belittling it as if it's not really important.
Yeah, for sure.
So now y'all know, and y'all can do a little bit more research into it too. And like you said, y'all go grab that book, the Southern Strategy.
Yeah, it's give you a lot of history of why we're here where we are right now.
Yeah, definitely, because it was and still is very strategic.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, so you do a lot in hip hop and have affected hip hop in a big way.
Yeah.
But can you freestyle? Can
I rap? You know what? I did used to rap in high school a little bit. But I haven't really rap.
Alright, so look, what if we was to ask you to, do a quick little one song freestyle?
I can do a song. Like I might give you a bar.
You might give us a bar. All right.
Yeah, I give you a bar.
Let's see what we can do. Outkast instrumental.
Outkast,
or Kendrick.
Kendrick, whatever.
Kendrick. We go Kendrick for you.
I'm gonna let you leave me out though, and then I'll come in.
All right, bet. We do it like that. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie though. I low key can rap a little bit. I don't got nothing to do with nothing in hip hop or rap.
I think anybody can rap these days.
Yeah, no cap.
I don't even know if you gotta have lyrics. I think you just have to have a vibe. You know, the good production, you'd be all right.
Yeah, that's a fact. Cause it's really like anybody gonna rap, they just almost gonna rap how their favorite artist rapping.
Oh yeah, or just
as much as we listen to
some stuff online,
as much as we listen to it growing up, we know this might be a crazy beat rapper. Hey, cut off on it though. This is bad. You gotta slow it down though. Probably something like. That's Kendrick for real. It's fun.
Yeah, use that.
It's my beat, right?
Well, it's actually Phil Collins.
Oh, that is that. That is that. That's how you know. How you know he knows something. I know you love Kendrick. I know Rollo type beat. Rap on that all day. I ain't a rapper. We just live streaming. Oh, I know this song too though. Got AR stuff. We live above the law. We're not criminals. We just trying to make it. Live stream going. I'm rapping. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna take a little beat. As I say, AR in a minute, give me a beat. Dang. I ain't gonna lie. I told you I ain't a rapper, but I ain't in the capper either. Hey. Trying to roll a beat on.
This is where I dwell. You know the head. Tell me things like this. Look me up. Man. With the morehouse.
Yeah.
Problem. Man, you gotta be unstoppable.
Hey,
This is where we go. I still gotta flow. I still gotta go. Trap history is a book. Give it a second look. Read the pages. It'll make you outrageous. It's gonna make you earn more. It's gonna make you earn more. And this is how we end it. Man, we're so stupendous.
Man, so tremendous. Yeah, we just back to business. Just started streaming. I think y'all watch it. Yeah. Sir.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
See, I can say, man, we really used to rap, man.
Yeah,
I used to pull that back out in high
back
school.
in the
That
day,
hustle
man,
beat.
you know.
For sure, for sure.
Back in the day, man, you know, we had a little group, but you know, that was.
Oh, y'all had a whole rap group.
We had a rap group back in the day, man. But it was
for sure.
Yeah, man. I went into the journalism thing, man. You know, but yeah, I did a little rapping back in the day.
Yeah, you went for the real money. You know what I'm saying? you know.
Yes, sir.
The rap money that y'all know, the rap money that's a facade.
Yeah.
For all my young kings out there, you'd be better off at trying. See, I don't got no rap posters in. I'm about to put a poster up, but you'd be better off trying to do what he did instead of trying to do what Lil Baby did. You know, it's just it's not likely. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to buy nobody's dream, but at the same time, you're gonna be better off doing what he did now, chasing a legal path, journalism career, and really making history. Like, you feel me? Like, it's not no facade. It's not no game. It's like real life. You get what I'm saying? But, you know, that's just a little gem for y'all, man. But,
oh yeah.
Man, it's great first stream, man.
For sure,
it was bumpy, you know.
We're gonna get through it, man. But you know, the more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it. You know, and definitely looking forward to the next stream and just stay consistent with it. That's all. You know, just stay consistent with it. Continue having, you know, dope conversations, dope guests, and yeah, man, it's gonna blow up, man. That's, you know, it's just a start. I
appreciate you being the first one, man. Sure. A lot. It means a lot to me, especially like I said, like genuinely. Because how I met A.R. Shaw, for those of y'all who don't know, he came and spoke to our class at Morehouse, and I was just I'm like, nah, because I was already thinking about starting my streaming for so long. Like, I need to get on this, and then I'm like, I need you to be my first guest because it just made sense. Like, so you know, I'm extremely glad for you.
Oh no, man, it's great, bro. It's great.
And then to wrap it up, I'm gonna do this on every stream.
Okay.
Last to end it off.
Yeah.
I just ask you to do it. You don't gotta be too serious. A 30-second to 1 minute inspiration. I'm gonna put on a little background music and then make a little clip out of it. You know?
Okay. All right, so just let me know when you're ready.
All right, let's go. I had a feeling I'm gonna catch us on that. All right, I'm ready when you are, man. You got it. All right, this is it. Make sure you got it right. Yes, sir.
All right, so the inspiration for the day, A.R. Shaw, March 2025, is to continue to grow, continue to establish yourself, establish your brand. I did with rap history, got my own book, published for myself, my own business. Continue to explore. You know, this is a world that can offer you so many things. If people are limiting, put a limitation on your life, get away from them. You got to always, choose the best path, choose the best people to be around. Always make the right decisions, and don't get caught up in peer pressure. Don't get caught up in the heat of the moment. Make decisions that's gonna really, it's gonna help you in the long run. Because I think you all got talent. Figure out that talent. Figure out how to cultivate that talent. Figure out how to hone your skills, and then show the world. Show the world who you are. Let the people know who you are. This is the year. Stop playing small, make it big. I don't care what's happening politically, I don't care what's happening. Make yourself known. You got to do it. It's the time. It's not tomorrow, it's not next week, it's today. So figure this thing out.
Let's go. He needed that. I felt that. I know he was listening like, oh yeah.
Somebody got that.
Somebody got that for sure.
Somebody got that.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you a
No
lot,
doubt, man.
man.
This is great, man.
This was amazing.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
look forward to the next one. I look forward to being able to be inspired by you continuously. Keep going. Everything you're doing, Trap History, y'all. Make sure y'all get y'all a copy. He just gave me one, so I'll be taking a dive right into this book. So that's gonna be a wrap, man.
Let's do it, man.
Appreciate you a lot.
My God.
Yes, sir.
It's only the beginning, bro. It's only the beginning.
Only the beginning. Let's get it. Let's go. I love y'all. We out here.
We out.